So, I guess this would be an update from yesterday. So, I went into the infusion center and they did the 15 minutes of saline. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But they did the 15 minutes of saline, and then he hooked up the Farahim bag. Once he hooked up the Farahim bag, I watched the Farahim drip through the, the line and turn colors, bright like a cherry red. And as it dripped through, my glasses are shut. As it dripped through the line, I thought everything was fine. So I just got my blanket. I laid back in the chair. I thought everything was okay. As soon as 2 or 3 minutes later, I felt extreme pain. Like a pain, not like somebody's like hitting me. It was a pain like deep down in my bones. Like deep in my bones. Like somebody was just, I don't know, inside breaking my bones or crushing my bones. It was a pain that I've never felt before. I felt contractions in my back. There were pains shooting up and down like my spine. I couldn't breathe. I felt like my air passages were closing. I was gasping for air. Everything was just, I turned hot. I got really flushed. My face was just so red, and like I just felt horrible. It felt like I had to vomit. It felt like I had to poo, but I couldn't. So they called the life squad, which the life squad took them probably about 2, 3, 4 minutes, maybe 5, to get there because they were just in the next building. So once the life squad got me there, got there and got me over to the emergency room, they took me to a triage area, and I kept telling them, like, I have to poo. I have to feel like I have to poo. And so I had to wait. And by the time I got to the bathroom, I didn't have to poo, but there was blood. A lot of blood. I don't know why, like my stomach was cramping as if I was having my menstrual cycle, but there was blood everywhere. Like my underwear was saturated with blood. But I couldn't go poo. But it felt like I had to poo, but I couldn't. I was so scared. They set me out in the emergency room for 3 hours. Luckily, my cousin came, and she took me over to another emergency room just to get me checked out and make sure that everything, was okay. Get an EKG and, a chest x-ray and all of that. It was just really, really scary. So now I am going to have to call my hematologist again to schedule an appointment to see what other medications we can take or what other routes that we can take instead of the Farahim, because obviously it didn't work. So yeah, that was my day. So now I'm just resting. I'm not going to school today. I'm just gonna work on some classwork here at home in the comfort of my bed, and that is it.